What's up, my friends? Welcome back to Everyday Struggle. Nadeska, Wayno and Akademiks here. Hope you guys enjoyed your weekend. Ak seemed like he was really struggling this morning to sign on and set up for the show. How you feeling?
I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I just came back from the trenches. I was there all weekend, and somebody clearly stole my laptop. So I had to compromise today, but I'm here. I'm excited. We're ready to talk hip hop. Nice Monday morning. Some people don't like Mondays. I love Mondays.
The trenches, explain.
Yeah, you hanging around people that stealing shit from you academics. What's going on, man?
What do you think happened in the trenches, Wayno?
The trenches, man.
It's the trenches.
You was it.
All right, well.
It's spooky over here.
Spooky. All right, so it's good to see you guys. Let's jump into the show today. Make sure we make it on time. So the NBA season officially restarted last week. A little bit of a different vibe. So virtual fans in the arena, Black Lives Matter on jerseys on the court, and players kneeling during the anthem. Have you guys been watching the games?
Oh, I've been loving the NBA. I've been loving it. I feel like it's way more competitive because everybody has something to prove, but it's like a little bit, I wouldn't say the fans are distracting because you need the fans' energy. That's the only thing I was worried about. Like, how would it be to watch it? But the virtual fans is really dope. Like, I like the way they rolled it out. I can't wait to see what they do for the playoffs. I love it right now.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, I remember we had this discussion like a little while before about just like the NBA starting up, and not only the COVID concerns, but like, would that be a distraction from like what's going on? And I love how some players are taking it. By the way, I love how the NBA has kind of even used the platform of the NBA to spotlight and also showcase some of the social issues that's going on within especially the Black community. But I love how some of the players are carrying it. You know what I mean? Whether it's hey, listen, the press time they're afforded or allotted, they're like, all right, cool, we're going to talk about what we need to be talking about. Yeah, we're going to get to these points in the system games and, that shit did off that rebound or screen. But we need to address, even right now, what's going on with, the investigation in regards to, the people who murdered Breonna Taylor and stuff like that. So I like everything that's going on. As far as the games, you know what I mean? I don't know, this is a great sign for what I'm saying. I just want LeBron to win a championship. I feel like they try to,
the game's been lit. I ain't gonna lie.
They haven't.
Crazy.
They haven't. But here's the funny part about it. Like, if you're just only watching for the games, I feel like that break fucked up a lot of people's progress. Like, I was watching my man Zion. He looked like he's just out here like a summer camp. He don't get too.
Nah, no, he doing good. They restricted his minutes, man. That's the only thing. Like
they got to though. But I guess that's what I'm saying. Like, that's the thing about sports. First of all, contrary to popular belief, some of these niggas aren't athletes all year round. These niggas are athletes when the season's going on. So they've been doing the exact same thing I've been doing. They've been on the couch eating whatever the fuck they eating, and some people
wings and drinking Henny.
Yeah. That's a J.R. Smith special. What's the problem?
J.R. Smith say he don't even drink Henny. That's the funny thing.
That's cap. Yeah, believe that, bro. That's cap. That's cap.
Yeah.
All right, so before we get into some music, in that article J. Cole wrote for Players Tribune a couple weeks ago, he talked a bit more about his ambitions to play ball. I think his fans knew that as well. And last week, he released a new commercial for his Puma basketball shoe. So he's working out in the commercial and Master P is narrating. And fans thought that he was trying to hint with this, that he's really going to try it for the NBA. So Master P told TMZ that he and Cole did have a conversation about it. Cole asked him, how hard does he think it would be to get into the NBA? Master P told him there would be a lot of hate, a lot of people not believing, but he is the right size and he is in the gym. Can you guys imagine a reality where J. Cole actually ends up in the NBA and what that would mean?
As much as I love J. Cole, I actually cannot imagine that. The thing is, like, when I first saw this, I mean, like, of course, like, we had Master P on the show last week. I wanted to ask him about that because he's the only, like, rapper that went into the NBA, even if it was only preseason, he still made it. But like, when I seen this from Cole, my first thoughts was, how bored is he with music? Like, how bored is he with music? Like, you know what I mean? Like, where he wants to dedicate time. I'm not knocking him at all because, growing a certain stature in music and entertainment, you get bored with things, you know what I mean? And you want to have different challenges, but to really pursue a career in the NBA is way harder than people think. I mean, it's not for all the kids that play college ball, the ones that actually make it to the league, there's not even a real like percentile. I think it might be like a negative percentile of the people who actually make it. So if Cole could make it happen, this shit would be legendary, but it just made me think like, damn, does he even care about, the music anymore where he just focused on other things?
Yeah, that's a fair question because you talked about how earlier on he sort
He's
of
shrugging around for. I'm sorry. You see Academics' face where he.
yeah, of course. Yeah, the hot take is coming, but he said, you know, earlier on he wanted to do both, and then he made the decision to pursue rap. And he did talk about a time where he felt like maybe like he was losing a bit of the passion, and he seriously considered the NBA thing, but of course still continued to drop music. What are your thoughts?
Why we even this? Yo, first of all, I can name like 10 rappers that would cook him in basketball. Like, so if I could name 10 rappers, he might just want to just, again, it is something maybe that, even if it could be a passion, even though you got to go pro, like it could be a passion of his that, you know, that's where his passion lies now. Doesn't necessarily mean he got to go to NBA. That's definitely a whole different, like, I don't even know how Master P got signed for a little bit, even though, whatever. Anyway, here's my thing.
What?
I'm a little bit disappointed with J. Cole, because I really feel like he was the man of the year for 2019. You know, I felt like he had a renewed commitment to hip hop. He had passion then. He dropped mad features. He was on the scene. It felt like he had a chip on his shoulder, which not necessarily needed to have, but he wanted to prove niggas wrong about whatever they usually thought about him. He did everything that I feel like, if you're in this hip hop space and you're one of the top rappers, this is what you need to do, not only to compete, but to set yourself aside. And watching that in a space of a year, I remember he did the whole thing, I'm done with features. How did the passion just die that quick? Like, that then makes me question then to say, was that real passion we saw last year, or maybe just something that, maybe it was a bucket list thing? All right, cool. No, hold on.
I think it was passion.
He was passionate, but to see it subside that quickly in the space of a year, because remember when I told y'all last year, I felt he was going for the throne. Not necessarily he was competing with nobody, but he's swinging for the hills. That shit just died in a year. Is that cap?
Nah, listen, but that's what I felt when I first. I wouldn't say that his passion died. I just felt like, I feel like Cole got like the Michael Jordan syndrome shit. Like, you know, when Mike, he won back to back to back, and then, you know, he went through different things in life, and he was like, yo, I don't want to do this anymore. He pursued other things, but he still has a love for it. I think that J. Cole still has a very passionate love, but he's more interested in building other people, and he can't be the biggest guy while he builds Luke, or he builds JID or Ari Lennox. You know what I mean? Like, I think that he's taking a step back so that they can move forward. Now, the NBA shit is just kind of, I'm not going to say it's crazy. It's a great story in hip hop, especially with him having a basketball sneaker. I'm just looking at it from the perspective of like, yo, he's just really figuring life out for himself. And I think we're reading what he wrote in the Players Tribune. Was that what it was?
Yeah.
You know, with reading his article, like, he basically said that, like, you know, he's a father of two young boys. He has all these different things going on, but he's trying to find something that's going to move the gears for him. And if basketball is going to do it, like you said, it doesn't have to necessarily be him going to the NBA, but if it's a passionate thing that he wants to do, why not pursue it?
It sounds like it comes and goes in waves for him, which I think, like Wayno said, happens to some people over the course of their career, but he's probably not going to seriously pursue this, at least not right now. There's still an album coming.
He might. He really might.
After the album, I hope.
Can we also keep it two Virgils? Like, we love J. Cole and all, but you trashing ball compared to like real ball players. Now, what I'm saying is that, are we going to look at him a little bit as like wasted talent a little bit? Yo, really, you are in your prime musically. You are in your prime musically. Shit, no. And I think some people have the same thought.
I got something I want to say.
And some people probably have that same thought even about MJ, when MJ was like, we about to play baseball. Yeah, right, nigga. Like, come on, let's be very clear. You know what I mean? Your true talent lies here. Aren't we going to look at, I don't know, I'm just on, let's just work on some hypotheticals real quick. He says, all right, cool, I want to chase, you know, this dream, or even dedicate basketball, whatever the hell, for the next like 3-4 years. Aren't we going to feel like we missed out on some super prime J. Cole material? You know what I mean? And this is, it goes into why when sometimes even I'm ranking the top guys, when some people like, oh no, you like, pause, like you stuck in Drake or whatever. No, nigga, I gotta use shit like this against niggas like Cole. Like, yo, bro.
All right, so look,
brother.
I think, no, I mean, I don't think that we lose out on prime Cole, because I don't think that he won't be active rapping. Now, first, we gotta keep in mind that the world is kind of frozen a bit. You limited to the things that you can do, but that's not gonna stop him from dropping music. The nigga dropped 2 songs and froze Spotify. So I think that he still will.
Spotify keep freezing.
It keep freezing.
Everybody keep claiming this.
But look. But I think that, like, bro, keep in mind, J. Cole has been rapping since 2008. Like 2008, he's been putting out music. It's like, I don't think that we're gonna miss out on Prime Cole. I think that he still can drop an album. He doesn't have to fucking do 10 interviews and all of that. He's at a place in his career where he can just drop shit and let people have it and do anything else he wants to do. I don't think like we're missing out on the best version of Cole. I think that honestly, we might have gotten some of the best Cole we gonna get.
So you said past the prime. The fall off is real for you.
No, I don't think he's falling off. I don't think he's falling off. I think that he's in a nice space. Look, we know that.
You don't think he let Nas down if he just retired right now? You don't think he
let no Nas down? Listen,
cheap shot.
He's in a space where even with him not rapping as active as he used to, 85% of these niggas can't fuck with him. Still.
I don't want to get ahead of our, upcoming topic, but as Wayno mentions, oh yeah, he doesn't have to drop all the time, but he can still be active. I wonder what you think an active rapper is, because not dropping once a year is barely active to me.
But it depends on the artist. But look, Ak, if you ever wanted to hit pause on your career as a young media mogul and, I don't know, follow your true dream of becoming like a painter for a year, I would support you. And wait for your return to music. You know what I mean?
I ain't gonna lie. I can't imagine this nigga doing anything else.
No, it just have to be talking. It have to be talking related.
He has to be talking. If he's not talking.
This is how I would realize if I have true friends. If I said I wanted to be like some sculptor or some dumb shit, and y'all don't be like, yo, bro, in the next lifetime we could do that. But this one, you got a little thing going on. Don't fuck it up. If y'all don't tell me that, y'all fake. Don't tell me about follow my dream.
I can't see Ak as a carpenter. A carpentry act, imagine. I can't see.
Yo, he has no life skills.
That sounds cute, right. But I'm not 5. Don't tell me to follow my dreams. No, nigga, go do what you do. You know what's up.
So Nadeska, it's confirmed. We won't be getting Akademiks his hot pot, his Jamaican restaurant that he's supposed to be making.
No. Wayno, don't play now. All right.
Okay.
Let's have been ducking his cook-off for a minute. Let's just be very
I made jerk chicken from scratch this weekend. I'm here practicing every day.
You probably boiled the chicken.
Here we go, the spin. Yes. Okay, let's just move on. So during an interview with Music Ally, Spotify CEO Daniel Ek shared his thoughts on how often he thinks artists should be releasing music in order to make good money from royalties. So he said dropping once every 3 to 4 years, not gonna cut it. The artists today that are making it realize that it's about creating a continuous engagement with their fans. It's about putting in the work, about the storytelling around the album, and about keeping a continuous dialogue with your fans. So tour money and royalty money are different. Obviously, people are not touring right now, so releasing music is, I suppose, more important than ever. But what do you guys agree? So, he didn't specify like every 3 or 6 months, but frequently. And does it depend on the caliber of artist you are? Someone like a Frank Ocean seems to be cool with disappearing for a few years at a time.
Quantity versus quality. Quality versus quantity. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this is the thing. I can't totally agree here. Yeah, if you're an up-and-coming artist and your music is really based in the moment on whatever the trend is, yeah, your ass need to be dropping 3-4 mixtapes, getting to an album next year, doing little EPs. You have to do that. If you're making music that is streaming, like he said, based around the story and all of that shit, I'm not looking at an artist that's a J. Cole, even a YB and Cordae. I don't want two YB and Cordae projects a year. You know what I'm saying? I want substance in his music. I know that when I listen to his music, what I'm going for. Even with Roddy Ricch. Roddy Ricch might not rap the same way, but I don't think Roddy Ricch doesn't have to drop 2, 3, 4 times a year. He's had, he's ran majority of the charts for half of the year for something that he dropped in December. So I think that it depends on what type of artist you're talking about. Like how Ak always says, it's subgenres within hip hop. There's a lot of different subgenres. When you start talking about these little niggas that's playing with the money in their videos, throwing it all up and around, doing all the silly shit, yeah, because their fans go to the next person immediately. When I'm referencing like YB and Cordae, an artist of his caliber, they stick to the artist a little bit more because of the substance, the subject matter, and they don't need that all the time. They just need it one time, and they'll continue to support it. So I think that there's a difference and a breakdown with how we quantify this music.
Social media, yo, I hate social media. Like, I be on Twitter, be like, yo, I hate it here. I hate it here, bro.
Why?
You know
Why?
I'll tell you why.
But you're always on social media, so how?
Well, I don't be on Twitter that much. I really be on Twitter because you know what? Like,
Yes, you
Twitter,
do.
No,
you see everything, Akademiks.
I do see everything, but what I'm trying to say about like Twitter is like they'll take something like completely out of context, or they'll make the context for what you're saying. Now, let's be very clear, because I've seen a lot of people like even on Twitter. Oh, they were at the guy and they were like, yo, meet Kendrick Lamar. He wasn't talking about Kendrick Lamar. Kendrick Lamar is not the majority. Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, even Cordae is not the majority of artists that are putting up music on Spotify. He's talking about that, you're up and coming artist, blah, blah, blah. And by the way, that's not a one size fit all thing. So I understood what he was saying, basically saying you should try to keep your fans updated by having new music. And also, if you think about a new demographic, yes, attention span is very low. I think where that does become a little dicey and tricky is that coming from the CEO of Spotify, you're pretty much almost telling people, or the message you're saying is that, hey, give us more free content. You know what I mean? And I think that's where people start looking at it as like, first of all, if we really even get into the payouts from different streaming services, 1 million streams or 1 million streams on Apple Music is going to give you about $6,000. Okay, 1 million streams on Spotify is going to give you about $4,000.
Oh, you have the numbers in your head. That's amazing, because he did mention it. So we know artists have complained in the past about the royalties, but he said specifically that in private, artists have praised Spotify many times. In public, they have no incentive to do it. But he says unequivocally from the data, it seems like more and more artists are able to live off the streaming income itself. That's a quote from him.
Yeah, no, they could, but what I'm saying is that the compensations per million streams isn't all the way up to par, even on Spotify's. And I love Spotify, by the way, but it's not all the way up to par compared to other services. So as a CEO, when I hear you say to up-and-coming artists, give us more, give us more, give us more, if I'm an artist and a creator, I would probably look in the opposite sense and say, hey, why don't we look into the payouts being a little bit better? We wouldn't have to be just trying to be like a hamster on the wheel. If perhaps, hey, maybe if 1 million streams paid out $10,000, again, more than twice which I'm already paying out. Maybe I don't have to drop a song a month. Maybe it could be every other month. I'm just saying hypothetically, and I think that's where the CEO sending that message. It looks like they're getting rich quick off of the backs of like artists who are putting up their work, but to keep it real, they're not seeing much dividends from that, and that's that inequality right there.
Inequality. So, you got some heat for Spotify CEO, I see.
Yeah, no. Well, that's the true facts about just really streaming service. Period. You feel me? That everybody gets paid off of streams, well, except the creator.
But the IRAA, they're the ones that make up the how could I say, they run the ecosystem of that, right?
So they're mostly certification, but even with that, really it's Nielsen and Billboard, because everybody cares about numbers and stuff like that. But I just look at the CEO should of a major company. Like, by the way, Spotify's gonna replace some of these record labels. The moment Spotify says we have $1 billion fund where we're signing niggas at, game over. And by the way, it's the reason why they have these deals with these labels that they don't do that, because, of course, these labels have market share. They're not trying to compete with, of course, their partner, right? But if you really look at how they're moving and them even putting out that message, I just feel like while I understand they're not talking to Kendrick, it feels disingenuous without addressing the real problems with an artist not being able to feed their family. You shouldn't say put out more. It's like you going to your boss saying, can I get a raise? And he says, nigga, you only work 40 hours? Nigga, work 80 if you want more money. Nah, we can't get a raise. We can't look into some of these payouts. We can't be more transparent with shit like that. And I think that's where his conversation should be, not telling people to work more. Imagine the niggas at Amazon or Jeff Bezos, niggas asking Jeff Bezos, damn, you worth all these billions and trillions. Could we get a little raise? And he said, niggas, double your hours. What's up?
I just think put some more work in.
Yeah, put some more work in, man.
Yeah. It's also interesting to see people who, like you said, people who don't create the music tell people what to do.
Yes, exactly, because they're looking at it from a pure technological and also analytical, like just straight numbers. I mean, I do the numbers thing too, but like, again, they're not even understanding what work goes into creating music frequently to that extent for everybody
and all of that, right?
Give no fucks. They're looking at it's kind of like it's bringing to to some shit I know Wayno loves. It's kind of what basketball has gotten to a lot recently. It's less about the eye test and what it looks like and these other things. It's more about, so we got the stats on where you shoot the best on the court, so just make sure you shoot at these spots. Right. Zero context. Right. I mean, the stats say this. The stats say, it's like the stats say the more videos you put up, the more songs you put up, the more money you get. So simple correlation. Put up more songs to get more money.
That's crazy.
All right, let's see. So today for Hit Brick or Wait on It, we're going to start with a couple of Future and Uzi records. The first one is Over Your Head. Now, this is potentially going to be featured on their upcoming joint project. Brick, Hit, or Wait on It?
Akademiks.
I'll go first. This is cool. It's a nice little mid, you know what I mean? I ain't going to phone home about this. This is cool. That's it.
Ironically, I feel the same way. I think that this one is like, I could have did without this one. I ain't gonna lie. I could have did without this one.
What about Future and Uzi with Patek?
Patek. Yeah. Now that one, that's the one.
Patek. Oh, sorry, I'm not rich enough to ever say this name correctly.
Patek. We know what they talking about. It's talking about watches, rich nigga watches and shit. But this one, when I first saw the name, I'm like, I hope he didn't go put him back on the old Patek. You know what I mean? Like, but this the one. I could have just did with this one alone. The second one was just like, it's cool. You know what I mean? But this is the one right here.
This is the one. Let me tell you this. First of all, we're gonna sit and we gotta really acknowledge my man Uzi. Uzi's really going crazy these days. By the way, I know some people may not respect, Uzi's flows and shit like that. You know what I mean? Because still he's from that little era which get a lot of disrespect. And we still even see my man Yachty. He's trying to fight the good fight of even gaining an ounce of respect for having some talent beyond just like harmonizing. But Uzi be spitting out here. Okay, Uzi, I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't even thought I would ever say this because he's on the track where my man.
Here he goes.
Nah, hold on. I'm just saying, Uzi was the standout on this track. And to be honest, I wasn't that thrilled about this collab tape coming. I'm gonna tell you why. I think Future doing way too many collab tapes. God damn it, man! Like how many tapes we about to get? You got one with Thugger. You got one with Juice WRLD. God rest his soul. You also got one with He had one with somebody else. I mean, he had one with Drake. But now he got one with Uzi. I get it. But I'm not going to lie. This song got me really excited. So this Patek song, this is fire. I think this is a great lead single to keep real.
Heck, it's very excited, y'all.
No, it's good. I'm glad when you guys get excited over a song. All right, so the next one is from NLE Choppa and Lil Baby. This is Narrow Road. This is their first time collaborating from Choppa's debut album.
Choppa is a very interesting artist, man. Like for me, like some days he has me, some days he doesn't. He's like hit or miss. He's not consistent enough for me. I think that this one is cool. You know what I mean? I think this one is cool. I like the one with him and Roddy Ricch a little bit better that he released like about a couple months ago or last month. But yeah, it's like Choppa doesn't have like one streamline for me. It's just always like You know what I mean?
But unfortunately, I have to say that when it comes to Choppa, I think Instagram we're starting to also see how important Instagram is. He's banned off Instagram. He's on other social.
He's still on. He got an Instagram.
He's ran by the label. He can't run himself. Instagram has banned him because of certain type of behavior. Anyway, what I'm saying is that his presence is a little bit. I feel like he's battling with trying to find the one, but also still trying to remain in that realm of being just
current,
almost there. You get me? Yeah, exactly. His last two tracks, for better or for worse, if you get a Roddy Ricch feature and a Lil Baby feature, God damn it, what you gonna get next? Drake? You get me? What I'm trying to say is that his singles seem also predicated on also having the other guy that's super high at the moment, helping and assisting. You get me? If we don't get that, we're getting another shot of flow.
And he's on his fifth shot of flow, which how many shot of flows he gonna do?
Exactly. So I think that's where it gets a little bit dicey there because I think if one don't work soon, I think people gonna look at him and be like, bro, Let's start to pack it up. You know what I mean? Like the buzz is gonna start to decrease. This particular song, it ain't it. You know what I mean? And I'm only saying it in context of what I just said. I don't think this is the one to take him to the moon. You get me? I think this is a cool song. Probably do some great streams. Got a great feature. You know what I mean? It will keep up the buzz or the facade of what he's going with. But he needs that song. Ever since he's got on with the Shadow Flows, he hasn't got another one that's took him out of there. You got me? I think he needs that desperately.
All right, so the next one's called Move Your Hips. This is A AP Ferg featuring Nicki and Madeintyo. I think this is the third time Ferg and Nicki are collaborating recently.
What you feel, Wayno? The bars on your head. Be careful.
Nah, not but bangers, man. I think that Ferg, like, I really equate Ferg and how he makes records to like this era's Busta Rhymes. Like, cause you don't really check for his albums, and there's no disrespect to him. You know what I mean? Like, I never really got into a whole Ferg album, but his singles, he always has a way to find one. And I think this is a dope one. It's good to see him throw Madeintyo on it too, because like his presence seems to die down a little bit, but he always got respect from his peers. You know, but I like this drink. Nicki did a thing on it as well. I fuck with it.
I like it. I think this song's about to do some work in the next couple of months. I do think it would have definitely done better no COVID, right? Because it's one of them records that clearly is meant for, you know, group settings. You feel me? However, I still think it's gonna work. You know, I think the Barbs, they're gonna do what they do. They're gonna make sure it debuts pretty good, this, that, and third. And I think Ferg, in how he markets a record, I think this is gonna be the joint to sell whatever he got coming up. So I like the song. I think it's gonna work for him. And yeah, I think he's kind of prepped to do what he normally does.
Okay, so the last one is a new record from 6ix9ine, who's officially off house arrest. He completed his 24-month sentence last Saturday, so he was out.
Look at Wayno. Yo, you can see the hate in Wayno's face. Oh my God.
How is it hate, man? I have a real objective opinion about this record.
Okay. I'm just trolling. That's what they say in the comment section. They're gonna be like, look at the time marker. Look at the hate in Wayno's face.
Right. It's always on cue. That train is never late. No, but this is the thing. Right.
Oh no, we cut her off.
I'm sorry.
I was almost done. No, you're good. Don't apologize. I cut me off. I was just gonna say he filmed the video this Saturday. I'm sure Akademiks was on set for it. You can continue now.
You crazy as fuck. I was nowhere near that shit.
I thought that's the trenches you was bragging about, the industrial area of Brooklyn where he was shooting videos. But
Hell no.
never mind all that. Honestly, now look, taking out all of my feelings about all this shit when it comes to 6ix9ine, as far as an artist, right? None of the songs that he's dropped this year have been really good in comparison to what he did prior. And I'm talking about the I don't know all the names of the shit, but I know the BB with the Robins, that shit, the joint with him and Bobby Shmurda, even the Gummo. I feel as an artist, while he's not skilled, I don't feel like he's really skilled. And I think for the type of way he makes music, you don't have to be really skilled to make that music. He made better records before. I think he made better records before. And this record, like, it just seems like, whatever, I have all the attention, y'all going to stream it anyway, let me just put it out. I think that his music is more centered around the rollout as opposed to the song. All everybody's going to talk about is him being in Brooklyn, him running around, his comments he made about artists dying and not having security, etc., as opposed to, is this song good or not? It's not a good song. That's my take on it.
That's an interesting take, and I think, you know, I think this is kind of objective from Wayno. I'm gonna be honest with you, Wayno. I think to some extent you're right, and I agree with you to some extent. Number one, I got confirmation from the homies. He was in the trenches of Brooklyn. That's what I heard. I'm just repeating what I heard.
It's not no trenches.
Don't kill a messenger. Don't kill a messenger. Anyway, all right. This particular song, I like this song. Now, remember, I didn't like Trolls. I like the Spanish joint, but like that's a Spanish joint. And Gooba I actually like. That was his first song since it came out. Now, to speak to your point, where I believe maybe that's a conversation or that's the next conversation that's going to be had, the music hits differently when there was, like, Gummo hits differently, not only because of the imagery and the visuals, but you felt it was real. You get me? I think now... Yeah, I think now it's like, you know, of course, he's not with the super aggressive energy, but like you kind of looking at it, you're like, Is it what's gonna give us that feeling to make us feel like this shit is real? And that matters. You know that matters. Like, you know it matters. And so I'm saying that the reason, I'm not saying that these songs are marginally way worse than what he used to put out. I'm saying that the feeling and the energy behind the music was different. And before then, he didn't have to come with an undeniable song. I think now he needs an undeniable song. I think the energy behind some songs like Stupid, Tati, Kiki, Kuda, no, Gummo was a flat out smash. But I think the energy behind the other songs kept everything pushing. I think now we're looking at like, yo, yeah, I don't feel the energy in that authentic way that I used to. So I need a smash.
Because you can't be talking about up in the choppers and niggas a blocker, and you can't be doing that, brother. That's not who you are. That's not. Before we didn't know. Now that we know, you can't be doing that. So it's whatever. You know, he got his fan base.
Okay. Wait, hold on.
We
don't have
a lot of time.
We can continue this conversation tomorrow. Let's get your last thought, Zach.
Oh, no. Hey, listen. As he goes forward, and this is about his 4th single, right? So Gooba, Trolls, Yaya, and now this song, Nani or Punani, whatever you want to call it. You have to imagine the album got to be coming soon. Who drops 4 singles before an album, right? I want to see how he navigates doing press, moving around. He looked like it was a very expensive movements yesterday. Whether it was in the industrial area or not, it looked like there was a lot of things moving with him like a president. Could he keep that up? And also, where's gonna welcome him? Wayno, will you be cool if the nigga gets on Zoom, nigga, for the press run?
Listen, my last final thoughts about 6ix9ine is he is the real industry plant. He is an industry plant. That's my thoughts on him.
Hold that thought, Akademiks. Hold it for Tuesday.
No, I am.
Guys, thank you for watching Everyday Struggle. We appreciate you. Ak is going to be bursting. He can't wait to talk to you tomorrow. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.
No. That's good. That's good. But Wayno gonna have to dig deeper into that.
We are.
Bring your
You want to go there? Let's go there.
No, we gonna go there.